Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions, and we're back with Mighty Nein Time, episode 94. We just finished the Patreon Hour exclusive. I wasn't sure how I was going to handle the whole thing, because we watched all of episode 93 in full on the live stream. We hit the 50 likes. Normally we do 30 minutes. We did an hour and 30 minutes and watched the entire episode. So I normally would have used the rest of that to do the YouTube and Patreon video. And there have been times we've done full episodes and we haven't done YouTube videos, and we did like a shortened Patreon video. So I was like, do I do one this week? I don't exactly know the format at this point. I decided to do it because I honestly just wanted to, and I felt like this week would be really empty without Critical Role, because then we'd be waiting till Friday for the live stream, which would be episode 95, and I thought that was way too much of a gap. We just finished the live stream last night. It's Saturday when I'm watching this. I was loving the episode. It was easily a top 10 episode for me. The way it ended, I was so excited because I thought we were actually going to get to see Not become Veth again and have the curse be broken, but the curse was broken, at least from what we know. In the Patreon hour, people were commenting like Bo, like, hey, should we do it here? Because what if you're wrong? What if the curse isn't broken and you just assume it was? What if the witch, I was saying this, I don't know if anybody else did, but I think people were kind of hinting at this possibility. What if the witch decides to change it back? Like, what if she figures it out? What if she puts two and two together? This is somebody who's by themselves, just their thoughts with them all the time, and they're crazy. So, like, if you kind of just, you know, use the process of deduction, maybe she'll figure it out and then be really angry. I don't know if we're done with her. I'm not so sure. But for now, the curse is broke. Like, once we do what we need Caleb to do, I don't know why she wouldn't be able to just do it again if that's how powerful she is. But regardless, let's jump in. We're fighting zombies. There are 15 zombies, if I'm not mistaken. I think we're down to 5. We're going to finish off the battle. We just had Caleb go. Caleb is a giant gorilla ape. It's Cape-lib. He's very capable of things when he's in that form. Everyone's getting acid showered on him. Bo's immune. And I just want to watch the conclusion. We got 25 minutes. We're going to not go to the break. We're going to leave 30 minutes at the end and do a solid 2 hours. If you want to see more of what I do, in the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 2. Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, the new Fiona Cake, Justified, and Chucky just ended a couple months ago. Rick and Morty Season 7 ends this week. Tons of Christmas exclusives coming out on Patreon, full unedited. Check it out in the description. If not, Campaign 2, Episode 94, Mighty Nein Time.
Just make a couple for me real fast.
Constitution checks. Caleb just went.
Because I'm
Correct.
His Constitution saving throws for his Caleb.
16.
You're fine.
Yeah.
And go one more time.
And I can't see all the zombies. One zombie is off screen to the right by where Ford is, but off
Just making sure
screen.
like we were keeping track of that as we go. All right, cool. Finish the
But there's,
go. Just
I
you're up,
think,
Ford, you're on.
5 zombies
Okay,
left.
I'm going to
Razor blade fingers were described as.
I'm going to Dimension Door.
Okay.
I'm gonna Dimension Door right here, next to Caduceus.
Okay.
Right next to him.
And I'm gonna say, this is a signal.
Got it.
This is a signal. Dimension door.
Release turn undead.
Caduceus said he was waiting for the
Alright.
signal to turn
Which,
undead. That was during
yeah.
the Patreon hour.
Checking which.
Depending on what level they're at.
That's what I'm saying.
This
depending
is
on
the
level here.
signal. In case you didn't know what the signal was,
Alright.
I'm telling you.
Second or lower, I believe. Yep, second or lower.
Okay. Here we go. That's everybody in that radius.
Yep.
Yeah.
30 feet.
Oh. 17.
That one. Oh,
Your DC in this is
17.
is I believe it's 17.
Wow, he succeeds.
That one succeeded.
I think
These guys have not been
No,
succeeding at
still DC,
much.
right? Yeah,
The
17.
The zombies,
Turns to like the splashes, the poison splashes, and it turns to dust. That one over there, same. You watch them just kind of as Caduceus focuses and releases this energy outward, as opposed to like a shockwave blast. The energy kind of just all of a sudden drifts up off the ground like this kind of firelight sparkles lift, and then burst like 1,000 tiny fireworks across the way. And as they come around the undead, it goes around you guys, and it's just like this warm kind of wave that passes by. As it explodes near them, you watch it explode. Their body scatters outward and then turns to ash. but the poison still splatters.
Yeah.
I
That
figured
one
we'd
there.
watch the end of the
Okay, they're all
battle.
clumped
Even though we
together,
did
they're
the
away
full
from me.
Patreon hour, it kind of worked out where I figured it'd be
That
cool
one.
to see this with YouTube because then everyone could see it.
Yes.
We got zombies just exploding everywhere.
Turn down the what?
That one.
Turned down for what?
Bo just like
Lil- is
3-point
that Lil Jon?
lands in the rain pool. Like music video moment.
Yeah, like
Robbins and Sean.
Yes, yeah.
oh, I was thinking like Tom Holland
Tom
dancing
Holland.
to Rihanna.
Okay, sorry, you guys get it.
On Fallon.
Yasha and Caleb need you to make another Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Or
And
like
a D4.
step up 2 or step up 3D where they did the dance
And we're
in the
blessed,
rain.
so we keep adding D4s. We're like buffed to the extreme. Well, not the extreme, but we're buffed a lot. And they suck.
Okay,
And
so
then-
They were really cool, and it was entertaining.
You're fine.
But
Lord.
15 of them
Oh, Lord.
didn't do a whole lot. I mean, they cut into us a bit, but that's
29.
everyone
8
does
points
that
poison
from time
damage.
to time.
15, 8 points of poison damage. Alrighty.
Alrighty then.
Looks
So
like Siren's gonna get quiet.
one schmeasel skeleton left.
One skeleton left.
One
the,
left.
This kind of lasting husk zombie.
Yeah.
My sirens get crashed. That's okay. That's okay. It's easy enough to get back into battle.
My
stuff. You know how it
sirens
goes.
crashed.
Alrighty. That finishes. Oh no, that was your action.
There's only one left?
There is
Yeah.
one left at the moment.
I think we're
Can
doing
I-
all right.
For my bonus
friends.
action. For my bonus action.
That's the cleric thing.
Oh wait, no. Never
you
mind.
did the spell.
I did
Yeah,
the
that was a good
spell.
call, though.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is Jester gonna
Alright,
try to
that finishes
finish
your
them
go.
off? Jester's been
Forward.
doing some
I'll rush over and
amazingness
take the
in the
last
last couple
remaining
episodes.
undead piece
Even
of
that right
shit,
there,
2 swings.
she used incite greed, held up a diamond, lured them all. Well, not
15?
lured them, but like
15 hits.
mesmerized them with greed, so to speak.
21.
And then we just undead them.
Right, all right. 10 plus 9, 19. 21 points of slashing damage on the first one.
Nice.
And
This might do it.
plus 13 points of slashing damage on the second one.
You adding the D4 to those
Yes,
for the attack or the damage?
for the damage.
It should be added for the attack, not the damage and the bless.
Right, my fault. So 11 points on the second one and only 18 points on the first one.
29
it.
still.
So as you rush up, strike once to the midsection, it kind of holds up in place like the impact causes its back to seize. The second strike,
That one looks like
carves
something
back
straight
to its
out of,
leg,
like,
and it's
Army
like
of
kind of folds
Darkness.
and splinters.
And
the
I was
bone
saying in the
breaking
Patreon
in two
hour.
pieces.
Those of you who don't know,
The head
signed
bends
poster of
backwards
Army
in
of
a healthy
Darkness
way, and the tongue
in my
kind of
bedroom.
blows open. Still standing, and it's real.
My
English.
favorite. I love all the Evil Dead stuff,
Yep.
but I
mean
like
what?
the cheesy, horribly
See if you get a natural 20 on either
done
of those.
CGI of Army of Darkness.
Yeah, just two more rolls.
They both
Two
hit.
rolls to see if it's a 20.
Okay, good enough. All right, Yasha, you're up.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't
She can make
think
it.
I can get over there. Can I get over there?
You can certainly try.
I
Try.
can try.
Try to get over there.
Make it.
5, 10, 15,
You
20,
can make
25,
it.
30, 35, 40. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. So I take a swing.
She sings it.
For
I
big ol'
take
swing.
a
That's
swing.
cocked. That's cocked again. Ooh. I think I have
I got that
advantage.
dice.
Oh wait.
You do not have advantage anymore unless
That
you
was a
want.
natural one.
Unless you. Oh, yeah. You do not call. You do
Unless
not,
I what?
If you didn't call reckless attacks beforehand.
yeah,
Sam.
no,
So the first one misses. You go forward, and as you go to swing, your foot catches one of the swamp roots. and
We
you
got
almost
there,
fly into it.
and then hit
you
a
get your blade
natural
up in
one.
time
I'm thinking,
before you
oh, shit,
stumble
she got
into
there.
its kind of
Yasha's gonna
flayed body,
finish
and
it
it manages
off.
to block you with its weight. As you kind of catch yourself again, its head, which is partially pulled back, is like biting over the edge of the blade as you retract and get yourself in a ready position. Second attack.
Okay.
You have a D4 on that, too.
I do. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Talzin's on it.
I don't miss.
Talzin, I mean, he's right to do so
Okay.
because people are forgetting constantly.
19.
19 damage? Or can
Yeah.
you hit?
19 to hit.
19 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
This could do it,
9.
maybe. 16 might do it. That might do it.
16.
16 points of damage.
16 points of damage.
You stab it with the second strike and actually bisect it. Its torso falls to the ground, and the legs kind of crumple into place, and you're waiting for it to explode.
Wait for it.
Instead, the legs kind of get back up, and the torso climbs up onto its legs.
It's still alive!
It was the one that made its undead fortitude save this entire fucking
The only time I was gonna say no other one did
Remains
that.
one hit point.
The entire Patreon hour. There were
All right.
14,
That
counting him
finishes
15. There
the
were
return.
15.
I believe.
Not one of them did that except him.
try?
I would have
Yeah.
missed
I
out.
can't do
I wouldn't
anything
even have known they could do it.
Hexblade's cursed
I would have
target
felt
die.
cheated
All that.
in life.
You hear additional moans come rushing out of the nearby walls.
Go.
We just, what do we do? How do we get
From
out
where
of
you guys
here?
were over in the space, these guys rush in here.
They're just gonna keep coming.
Should we run?
These two
I
kind
feel
of
like
rush
that's the
around
only-
here.
Another part of the SWAT have to start over.
And
know.
this time,
And
as all
we're-
have been falling and fighting,
We
these all
didn't
rush
get out of
forward,
that
and as
without
they're getting towards
some
you, and they're
heavy
rushing
damage.
quickly. As they're
Ford
getting
and
near your bodies, you
Jester
watch their bodies
and
swell.
not a lot of people took like half damage.
They're not even going into combat, they're just detonating
Exploding?
around you.
Isn't it? If they were within 30 feet when it hit that, would that have been a?
They were out of the range and it just rushed in because you guys moved to the outside that round.
I like that question though.
so-
Talzin's like, I just
Caduceus?
shot a blast of turn
And Jester to
undead.
go make.
Did I not snag
this
them?
could be
But they,
clear.
the radius was, yeah. I
Caduceus,
did
you
when
make
it
two saving
reached.
throws for me.
Okay.
But
They
I
don't have
like
advantage
the
anymore.
thoughts. I like
Okay,
the
that's right. I
thinking.
got a D4. Constitution saving throw.
Oh.
25.
Okay, 8 points of poison damage. That's and keep Jester. You don't mind?
Uh, 12.
8 points poison damage. Second one against you, Caduceus. Go ahead and roll again.
I mean, it's gonna add up real fast. Yeah.
20.
20, 8 points of poison damage. Jester.
Matt is taking
that's
great
better.
pleasure in it. 8
I
points.
definitely saved.
Take your
That'll
damage,
be
people. I mean,
10
honestly,
points poison
Matt
damage.
looked disappointed again.
And,
it was yet again another
Oh, I
battle
was-
no, you
where
always threw one.
everything kind
I
of went
was-
their
I was
way,
doing,
even
sorry.
though we
I was
still
rolling
would have
with
probably
18
prevailed with
one?
ease.
You made 2, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, then you're fine. Then.
He was rolling horribly in the beginning of the
Those are all the
Patreon
ones you
hour.
guys have to worry about.
And then I rolled to maintain concentration and rolled like a 25.
Okay, good on you. Not.
Yep.
Twice for me if you don't mind.
Sure. This is
Oh,
with
shit.
advantage?
No.
No.
Well then, one was a.
Plus
You
the
should just
D4.
roll again because they hit each other. It was a thing.
And then plus
One
the
was a
D4.
20. It shouldn't.
Well, now those are terrible.
Oh,
Thanks,
sorry.
Laura.
Well,
Doesn't matter. It's like single digits.
14 points of poison damage.
sorry.
Cool. Can I
and the-
evade one of them?
Nope.
Sam is
It
like
not a
ignoring.
dexterity
I know.
based.
I don't
Oh,
think
you
he
mean
is.
your-
But it's possible
Your
he's,
uncanny dodge, you
he's
mean?
secretly
Evasion's
mad
only
at
against
Laura
dexterity saving
because
throws, unfortunately.
He could have
And
just
evade,
kept
I think,
his
has
rolls,
to be an
and no one would have said anything.
They're both bits.
It wouldn't have been cheating. I
Evade
don't
is against an
think. She's
attack.
saying his dice collided
This
and did some
doesn't
weird
count
thing.
as an attack, so it's not an attack.
I'll just
That
take
happens
it.
all the time in dice games I play.
And can he dodge?
You go with the
It hits you
roll.
with an
Well, I
attack,
don't know,
so it
maybe
is
there's
not a
more
hit or
to
attack.
it.
So you take, for the second one, I throw it actually. Oof. 19 points of poison damage.
I mean, she did say one was a 20. He would have definitely ended up way better.
And
So she
the
wasn't like trying to do something.
one that's currently between
fishy,
Yasha and
'cause
Ford
she
is going to go ahead and strike
would have
twice.
let him keep it if she
Once
thought
at each of you.
it was not right.
Against you, Ford. That's going to be a 14.
That'll miss.
Yasha, that is a 16.
No.
It strikes out, and both you guys just manage to push it away. It's barely holding on. Its body, its upper torso kind of runs, or its upper torso just climbs on top of its legs, leaps and scrambles towards Yasha. The leg's just kind of standing there on its own, kind of using its own body
This
as
is
a catapult.
very-
You push it off onto Ford, and Ford, you catch it like, you throw it back on the ground. That's their turn.
If anything
Dignity.
was more Army of Darkness, it was this.
I mean, are they gonna keep coming? Should we
You
run?
want to take your action to look around?
No, I'll shoot the one between Yasha and Ford.
Go for it.
Take it off. The
I can't imagine
24
they would keep
hits.
coming. Like,
million points
maybe
of
there's
damage.
one or
let's see if
two
it makes its.
shifts
Does not make its,
that are going to come in.
undead Ford to
I,
save.
I think at a
I need
point
Yasha
it'll
and
stop.
Ford to make
I just think,
Constitution saving throw.
imagine we're like, we don't care, Matt. You want to keep coming?
Without advantage.
We sit
Without
here
advantage.
for 8 full episodes just fighting hordes of zombies.
21.
To
That'd
run
be
away.
amazing.
We also have to stop
20 total.
And at a point,
7 points of poison
probably
damage.
get boring.
Okay.
But it would be really funny.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
Fucking moving.
Where do we go?
Here we
Keep
go.
moving through it, or try to get
I'm
back
going
to
to
the
do a detect
hat?
undead really quickly again.
Okay.
60 feet.
60 feet. Within that radius, you sense no other undead in your immediate vicinity.
So
All
there's
right.
nothing in 60 feet.
Nothing yet.
Now?
Nothing yet within 60
wanna
feet.
feel-
And that will last for a little while.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that will last for a while?
there's nothing around us right
It
now.
lasts for how long?
Let me tell you. That's
Damage did we just take?
Okay. Turn on dead lasts for a minute.
this is also turn undead is also still up.
Was turn dead concentration though?
No. Hold on. I'm looking. Eyes of the Grave is until the end of my next turn.
Okay, so it stays up for the next round.
So the second, if anything comes into the next round, I get an instant warning. Turn undead.
It doesn't say anything about
I
concentration.
love when people go, like, there's been many
is
times this happens where they're like, well, just so you know, this lasts for a minute. And
No,
Matt's
it's
like,
turn for 1 minute,
really?
it'll
And he's
last
like,
for a
well, I
minute,
don't know,
meaning
I'll
their
check.
turn they are.
Their turn.
Sometimes they just, like,
It's
kind
an
of
instant move, and it
assume or
can-
make
the
up their
fear
own
that you put
rules.
in
And then
can
when
last
Matt's
a
like,
minute.
really? They're like, well,
So does
not
that mean you
really.
can't detect things?
Or
There's
maybe I'm gonna have to
nothing
look it up
immediately
first.
around
But
what you guys do.
it's because they
You're all
like
covered
want
in
it so
gunk.
badly.
Your body
that it's
itself
almost
is,
like
is
you make yourself
burning
believe
from
it.
the poison
Everyone
that's now kind of
does that
seeped into the outside of your
to
exposed
some
flesh and
extent, I
begin to
feel
found
like,
its way into
at one
your
point or
armor.
another.
You better just save like mass heals for when someone goes down, so it gets them up and heals everybody. I think.
What?
We need
Quiet,
safety.
we're here. Should we just try and put the hut back up? If something comes, we run.
11 minutes, and then the other half of us stand watch. Kate Blib.
They're not going to stay away for 11 minutes. But
Yeah, that was
keeping
the whole
a
thing in the
very
beginning.
sharp
We were
eye
deciding
out
where to
for
put the
anything.
hut.
Just keep going.
We put the hut on a tiny
Up to you guys.
parcel of
You guys are
land
still
that
going?
was
try
solid.
to get out of
Had
the
to
mist. Was
rip
the
a
mist-
tree
the mist
trunk
cover
out,
the
throw
whole
it in the lake,
forest?
and that's how this all
We
started.
don't know.
Well, since you began to enter
Not the
forest,
lake, I guess
the
it
mist
was a
kind of
swamp.
slowly
They
hanging
rolled
around
the log
hut
yash
anyway,
and
the house.
just
It's just been getting thicker
beasted it
as the
out
night
of there.
progresses and the
But
temperature
I think it's what
drops.
alerted
We got to hut it.
them of our
We-
presence.
There's no escaping it.
We just keep walking through the night, no?
With exhaustion already, I think we're just gonna make more
We should
noise.
chance it for the 10 minutes for the
Let's
hut.
do 10 minutes.
Okay.
If things
I'll
come,
jump
then
up
we'll
and
run.
down and
gonna
start
keep-
signaling to
All right.
Caleb.
And I'm
Caleb
going to
is
keep Turn
still
Undead prepped
doing
for
the
if
tut.
anything comes near us. I'm going to immediately
hut.
cast Turn Undead.
Okay.
If I see,
Caleb is
if I
doing
see
the
a
tut.
feather move in the forest,
tut
I'm gonna
dance.
immediately do detect.
Magic.
Okay. You got it. So you guys.
Smart person.
Gorilla goes, you know, I can understand everything that you're saying.
Oh, we didn't have to talk to you like idiots. Oh,
Okay.
you
So
should have told us.
you go back to that little patch of land you had situated in the middle
I
of
can
this
understand
battle.
what you're
You
saying. I'm
begin
not an
the
idiot.
10-minute
I just have
process
to
of preparing
talk
this
in
ritual
grunts.
a second time. Who, I would say all of you guys, everyone make a stealth check.
Oh, that fucking trunk probably attracted.
The trunk sound
Of
is what you
course
think
it
attracted
did.
them.
Of course it
They,
did.
they weren't drawn to you until they heard the loud crack.
Matt
and the
literally
splash
goes,
in the
you
water.
and
I'm
Yasha
giving myself
flipped
a
that
D4.
thing and went boom, 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 splash in the water. And like, then all of a sudden zombies came.
29.
I 100% would have bet it was that.
18.
9.
Wait, these are
Stealth.
at disadvantage.
Disadvantage for anybody.
Yes.
Disadvantage.
So
Oh,
for
that's
anybody who
anybody's
has,
exhaustion.
for anybody who has exhaustion.
8 still.
And mine was a natural 1.
Natural
Oh, your
one
first one was a natural one?
for
Yeah.
Sam.
Okay. Do you have a point of exhaustion from last game?
I
don't think I do.
No, you weren't
Okay.
exhausted.
Okay.
But I do have reliable talent.
Glad to hear music.
You do.
Exhaustion.
Oh, then you.
So yeah, so roll again. So yeah, that would be a 10 plus whatever bonus you have.
So 23.
Yeah, it's still 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a 94 too. So.
Wait, what are these stealth?
So what did you say?
9 still.
9 still.
17.
17. Okay. You guys begin kind of guarding the space and keeping a lookout. You two in particular, being ready and watchful. About 5 or so minutes into this casting, you begin to see a few more shapes kind of emerging from the mist, seemingly still drawn from the nearby sound of battle. They look a little confused, meaning that they're not coming directly beelining at you, but the sounds of combat that recently happened here, they've been moving in that direction, and you guys haven't moved away from your position, so they're just now catching up to you. They're about, I'd say at this point, you can clock them at about 50 feet from you.
Oh my
I
god,
will
they're close.
cast, Major Image
Yes.
and put a giant thrashing young blue dragon 120 feet in that direction.
Okay. As you guys see this and you're being
I
to
like
yourself,
it.
all of a sudden you hear this,
Major image.
the cracking and breaking of trees. You glance over and you see a fucking young blue dragon just land in the middle of this swamp and begin growling, its mouth
Now I'm
crackling
wondering
with
if
electrical
other
energy.
things are gonna be
And you watch as these
drawn
undead
to
immediately
this.
like
But I
their
mean,
heads
that's
turn and
something
begin running in that
most
direction.
creatures probably wouldn't want to mess with, even if they thought it was real.
It's me. I did
Or fake.
It's me.
How long can that last?
That's amazing.
10 minutes.
10
10
minutes. That's way
Okay.
more than enough time.
You then sit there and wait and watch as the loud noise that major image is creating. 2 more. 6 more. A dozen more. You eventually, probably in the period of time it takes for you to finish this ritual, watch somewhere between 40 to 50 more of these undead come out of the mists from different places, the shadows just rushing through. Once again, at like a sprinting speed for a zombie-like creature in the direction of this dragon that's thrashing around as they're just kind of walking in and out of its space.
It's
not
just a
intelligent enough
hologram,
to really
though,
discern
right?
that
Like
it's an
an
illusion,
image.
and just confused and frustrated that it's not having any effect. Some of them are popping and exploding in the hopes of taking this down, this thing that doesn't exist. But it's a large group of them now. Probably about 30 or so are just there nestled around this dragon illusion as you finish creating the dome.
But now when that
green and
thing
brown mottled
disappears,
colour.
are we going to be
Less
trapped in
moist
this
inside
hut
than out, except for the
with
ground.
30 zombies? But I mean, I feel like if we don't make
You guys all
noise,
step inside?
they're
I will drop
of
it
low
and step
intelligence,
inside.
obviously.
Drop it.
Okay.
They're all gonna just come out and like.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to give it
Well,
some
they're not
time.
gonna see us. They
And
can't hear us.
if they come back, we
can
can
hear
just turn undead and just keep turning undead till they all go away.
Okay.
Reasonable.
I can still do that. You can still do that. We'll be fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think the
and
group
I
will get
think
through the-
we'll be
get through
okay.
the-
I think if we're
the
quiet,
thing.
And they can
How would
hear
they know?
through the.
Yeah.
Dome. Okay.
Yeah, so we should
So we
be
just have to be
as quiet as
quiet.
possible for a while.
Caleb is picking little insects out of the damaged tree that was pulled up and is just feeding them to Frumpkin.
There's plenty.
Oh, I
There's
take after
plenty.
that. I start doing that for Sprinkle too.
Okay. You stop yourself a couple times before feeding it to Sprinkle because the toxic poison that was thrown all around this area where you guys are planning to sleep.
She gives it to Sprinkle.
Go to sleep.
poor Sprinkle.
Just to help
I
everybody
welcome
heal overnight,
it.
I'm going to take a few minutes to do a prayer of healing.
Okay.
We all are very, very, very quiet until, you know, hopefully the zombies start to like.
Yep. So as you all get quiet, kind of rest and begin setting up your space here, and you're doing what?
Prayer of healing for 25 hit points to everybody.
How long does it take to cast?
Oh.
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay.
25 points.
So the illusion drops before you finish casting
That's
your
right.
prayer.
The illusion's gonna drop before for it
So as
by
you're
like
kind
a
of
by a
quietly
couple minutes.
Muttering the incantation, I would like you to make a. Bless you. Just a general stealth check
If
for me.
is Bo sneezing? Because if it's Bo, then we might have alerted them because the image dropped.
Can I guide him in this moment?
You
I
can
feel like
you can blessing of the trickster with him if you want to.
What does that give me?
advantage.
Oh, so it's just a
Blessing
straight
of
roll.
the
I don't have
trickster.
disadvantage. That's cool. That helps. 16.
16. Okay. You manage to speak the incantation loud enough that it manages to maintain the spell itself, but not enough to draw the attention. And in that kind of a little bit of crossover time, you watch the dragon that's just thrashing and growling and making noise in the middle of the swamp here suddenly vanish. And right as you're like getting towards the end of your spell, you begin to see some of the shapes wandering from where that cluster of zombies were. Right as you finish the healing effect, it flashes, and it heals you all for how much?
Everybody for 25 hit points.
25 hit points to all of you.
Now is that going to attract them? That would be amazing.
But the light does not emerge because the dome manages to remain obfuscating the interior. But you all watch quietly, intensely, as over the next hour or so, they just begin to kind of scatter out a bit. And others that you didn't notice kind of like walk through the mist behind you. Night here is a very dangerous thing. Wow. At least in this particular part of the swamp. But cool.
This place used to be. Why are so many dead people here?
We're whispering all of this. Nothing above a teeny tiny whisper.
Both of you guys can make history checks if you want to.
I was wondering if
Make
Matt
history
was going to
check.
make us keep rolling
To the
throughout
two
the
empires.
night,
What I know, being close
like if we're
when you're
like
raised here.
making
So
too
this
much
rolls for?
noise or bang into
I
something.
don't have advantage.
Also because you lived here, close to here, sure. Roll with advantage, fine.
But
They were both, but I'm also exhausted, so I'll take the lower of the two, which is 15.
15, okay.
18.
18.
Wait, 15 is what I rolled. but
Okay,
with a
plus.
history check, it's
7,000.
23.
23. Okay.
Well, that's pretty good.
During the time of the Julius Dominion, before the Dwindline Empire and the Julius Dominion had their fight, there were certain sects of people that lived in what is now the Tuscan Vale and around these mountains that had built an entire colony based around this what they proclaimed to be a godlike creature that existed in this mountain. They referred to it as the Twilight Phoenix, and they would burn effigies to it. They have this long-standing belief that this mountain was kind of its home, or it's what it became when it eventually laid to rest. And that's why they explain all the geothermal activity around here. They say it's just like a remnant of it.
We did see a purple sort of firebird down in that temple of Katoa.
But the people that worshipped this, the people that worshipped this creature, this entity around this area, also made a lot of enemies. And the Julius Dominion itself, though they were within its terrain, at some point they were hunted down and killed in their homeland. Pretty much just wiped out around the base of Mount Mentiri.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
That when you were seeing that vision of Ukutoa, and he showed you something in the mountains or something, like a location, are we near that?
No.
Would you know?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's closer to the Menagerie Coast and like
I like the
east
thinking
and
though.
just a little
I
bit
like when
before
our
you get to the
gears
gate
are
that leads
moving.
to the
That would have been
Empire,
awesome
if
if
I
she was
remember
right.
correctly.
You were correct.
Especially after
I
we kind of
remember
just were
correctly?
connected the Phoenix.
Mr. Stone.
Right.
Mr. Stone.
So you
What?
Right.
it's always a good D&D game when Peaches comes up. All right, so
What is Peaches?
in your Phoenix.
yeah, no.
Peaches must be a character. I don't remember Peaches, so I must not have met Peaches. Unless I forgot.
That's true, right? We saw tapestries in that temple. One
I
was a
recall
purple,
this.
like,
I recall there was the worm.
Does that sound about right?
There was the
Is
whole
there a roll
Ukutoa thing. I
to
definitely remember some sort of
See if
Phoenix
that sounds
bird thing.
relatable.
I mean,
Can I roll for relatability?
no, you mean your history check was you don't have anything that directly connects those two, but there was a mention of Phoenix, and this was a historical Phoenix in this region, if it even existed. Like I said, there were a lot of entities that were worshipped, that were just landmarks, that were just giving a persona and a divine essence to what is essentially a landmass or a natural phenomenon. This is
Ashley
not an
missed that whole
uncommon
thing, I think. I didn't even realize she
But it could be.
was gone. I was so entranced by Matt's
Especially
explanation.
then if the worshippers were hunted down and eradicated.
yeah, I mean, if you really want to get crazy, if Ukutoa had 3 temples, then I'm sure the other 2 entities might also have.
3 temples.
Right. Don't know if there were any, forgotten to time temples around here, do you?
I think
Well,
it's
I
reasonable
know
to
that
think it
this
might be
was
connected in
also
some
a
way.
big battleground of the pre-calamity. Dawn.
That's how she whispers.
I'm whispering. Yeah, very. Yeah. Do I know of any weird temples around, ruined temples around these parts that would fit that description? Yeah.
No, based on the history check you rolled, not really, none that you know of.
All right, everybody, that is it for Mighty Nine Time, episode 94, with great power. I don't think I said that at all in the whole Patreon video or this until now. But great place to stop it because we're just conversing inside the hut. Nothing too crazy. There are zombies all around us. What do we call them specifically in the Patreon hour? Matt described them as Jorhasian type zombies that we've encountered before with razor blade fingers and moving faster than anything we've seen of this type. They're all around us. I love that Travis did that with the dragon. It definitely worked. As long as we don't make any noise or nothing crazy happens, we should be fine. No one can see us. And if we're just super quiet, I mean, it sucks and it's probably not the funnest thing. But if we all decide to take a rest, I feel like Matt's going to have us roll occasionally for something because, what if you fall asleep in a hut and in your sleep you roll and you smack into something and there are bad, horrible things all around us? Matt was even saying ones were coming up from behind us and everything. But I like that history lesson we just got. We somehow might be able to connect it to the Phoenix that Ford is talking about. I think that is a reasonable thing to connect it to. And I mean, this is a huge world and everything is different regions and stuff. But I feel like if we go way back, like she was bringing up pre-calamity stuff and everything, I feel like we could tie things together that might be something that moved around or went from place to place, but is connected in its own mythological way, just through like word of mouth or whatever. Who knows? I don't know, but I'm going to go edit this and I'm loving where we are. We're going to finish to the break and then all the rest in the Patreon hour on Friday. So we'll have 2 hours. And if we hit 50 likes, we'll jump in episode 95 and we're back to normalities at this point. So you guys let me know what you think. You want to see more of what I do? In the description of every video is a link for Patreon. You'll see the Patreon hour exclusive of every episode of Campaign 2, Vox Machina Season 1 and 2, 3, hopefully soon. Rick and Morty Season 7 ends this week. Hundreds of other movies and shows, tons of exclusives for Christmas coming out. Check the link for Patreon in the description. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.